I said, hey, what's up? Hello. We got a new tier list, Demon Bluff characters tier list, specifically the Demon Bluff characters from the demo, because the full game isn't out yet, unfortunately. As you can see, half of them are good, half of them are evil, or half of them are like good evil with the outcast. Anyways, so how am I going to rank these guys? Well, the way I'm going to choose to rank them is a bit kind of different. If it is a villager, I'm going to rank based off how good they are for town. If it is a evil character, I'm going to rank based off of like a minion or demon. I'm going to rank based off of how detrimental they are to town. And if it is a outcast, I'm going to rank kind of somewhere in the middle, to be honest. Well, you'll see. So I'll just go ahead and start with Alchemist. Alchemist, in case you don't know, villagers within range 2 are cured from corruption. Learn how many corruptions were around me, and I cannot be corrupted. This guy low-key has a broken ability. He can't cure the drunk, but like you can trust information around him is going to be true. And if it's not true, then they're lying. Of course, he could be lying as well, but no one around him can be drunk, and he cannot be drunk, which is so good. He's low key kind of boring, but he's so good. He really is good in my opinion. Just solving the curing corruption and detecting it at that. That's how Puka gets caught out a lot. So it's the first guy, but I'm putting him in S tier. He's setting the standard. Architect. Who is the architect? Architect is learn which side of the circle is more evil, and you learn equal if both sides are evil. Equally evil, of course. Yeah, that's like a definition of a B tier role. It's just kind of like it's okay, kind of does. I don't know. I mean, I've had it help me in games, but it's nothing crazy. It's such a basic role. Baker. Reveal one random unrevealed good villager. Or you reveal the baker. On reveal, the baker will make one random unrevealed good villager become a baker. And then you learn which villager they were. How does it work? The baker's ability selects a random unrevealed. This is like the most complicated. Ooh, she has a nice Halloween skin. Most complicated villager, I would say. So, let's see. The baker's ability selects a random unrevealed good villager at the time the baker is revealed and changes their role to baker. This does not have to target the next villager you reveal. It is entirely possible for the next revealed good villager after baker to not be a baker if there were multiple eligible villagers. A truthful good baker that has not been affected by another baker's ability will say, I am the original baker. A truthful villager that was turned into a baker by the baker's ability will say, I was a previous role. A corrupted villager baker will name a random good, blah, blah, blah. Yeah. So every baker that is revealed and is good and not corrupted will have their ability trigger. So, again, just basically, it's like an infection, but for good. Kind of like the farmer in Blood on the Clock Tower. I think Baker is really fun to have, so I kind of want to put her on S tier. But she's also, because of how complicated she can be, I think I'm going to move her to A tier. She can be complicated and kind of annoying, but she's still, in my opinion, a strong ability. Just because the way it infects town. But you also lose information as a result if someone like an architect becomes a baker. So, yeah, make what you will of that. The Bard. Learn how far I am from the closest corrupted character. Honestly, I think she's kind of garbage. Not gonna lie. She's not D tier cabbage, but she's not great. In terms of game solving, I don't know. I'm not a big fan of her. I mean, like, She could be okay. You can figure out, oh, maybe that player is not lying. They're just poisoned. You can figure out the distinction. My opinion, not the. Maybe she's not as. I'm not giving her enough credit, to be honest. Yeah, I'm a little conflicted. I think I'm gonna keep her in C tier, but that's debatable. We might move her. Bishop, learn up to 3 characters, 1 villager, one outcast, and 1 evil. This is pretty good. This helps game solving. So I'm gonna put her in A tier. I don't think she's as good as the Baker, but she's still good. Confessor. Confessor, I know this one. If I am evil or corrupted, I am dizzy. I am always truthful, even if disguised. I think Confessor is minimum A tier. If she's good and sober and healthy, she says, I am good. If she is evil or corrupted, she says, I am confused. And honestly, that's S tier because you instantly find either a good player or a source of poisoning or evilness or whatnot. So I think that's pretty good. Probably not as good as the alchemist though. The dreamer. Pick 2 roles, learn a role that's among them and 1 that's not. And then it refreshes every night. Dreamer had her ability kind of updated from when it originally released. I like this version better than the old one. I don't really remember the old one, but it never made sense to me. I don't think she's amazing, though. I'm not going to put her in A tier. Honestly, she might be C tier. Dreamer is like the best role in Clock Tower and might be one of the worst here because I think I'd rather have everyone else over a Dreamer. This ability is so whatever and can be confusing if you don't pick correctly. So I'm going to keep Dreamer down here in C tier. And it makes me want to move Bard up because I just don't think they're on the same level of uselessness. Bard is closer to Architect than it is to Dreamer. Druid. Pick 3 characters, learn 1 random, outcast among them, if any. Yeah, I think she's better than Dreamer. I don't think she's B tier, though. Oftentimes, I find the Druid to be really useless because I already know all the outsiders, outcasts, whatever. So I'm not... And then she can't even detect one of them, the Wretch. So it's like, what good are you? For real. Next up, Empress. Learn 3 characters, only 1 is evil. Oh, and if she lies, I didn't know this. If she lies, all the characters are good. And she can never include herself unless puppet. Right. Oh, let's check out her. Oh, she has some fun ones here. But yeah. So learn 3 characters, only 1 is evil. Essentially the noble from Clock Tower. Pretty decent. I don't think it's as good as the bishop. But it's... No, I mean, I think it's up there. I think it's slightly worse than Bishop, but I think it's better than Architect and Bard. Again, you just it's world building, right? She's a great start for world building. Hence why I think she's up there, because a lot of these guys definitely don't kick off world building, and they're like the way Bishop and Empress world build, and then Confessor, Alchemist, Baker are just strong abilities. Enlightened, I think it's the art that I hate. I don't know why. But yeah, learn if closest evil to me is clockwise or counterclockwise. Learn equidistant if evils are at the same distance from me. Enlightened, you're going to go in S tier, top of S tier. I'm kidding. I would say she's a worse bard. I mean, a worse architect. But, like, not by much. Not by much. Again, I Shugenja from Clock Tower, but slightly better because you can learn Equidistant. I think Equidistant actually is a huge difference maker. But I'm not a big fan of her, but she's not terrible. She's not C tier, in my opinion. Fortune Teller, pick 2 characters, learn if either of them are evil. I think Fortune Teller is bottom of A tier. She's not guaranteed to learn an evil player, but she can confirm 2 as good or 1 of 2 as evil. If you get an evil with Fortune Teller, she's better than Empress and Bishop, right? Because instead of 1 and 3, it's a 1 and 2. If you get a good, actually, you could even do a 2 of 2 if you pick 2 evils. But if you get, they're good, then now you have 2 confirmed players, right? Assuming she's sober and not lying and all that. So, honestly, she might be better than those 2, actually. After I just said that, I think she's a better version of both of them. Gem Crafter, learn 1 good character. Yeah, she's like top of C tier. You learn a good character, but it's not that type of information, from what I can tell, is just not that great. Right? Even the Steward in Clock Tower isn't that strong. So, yeah, I mean, you can trust the good character's info, maybe, if they're not, poisoned or whatever they call it, corrupted. So, yeah, the Hunter. Hey, that's me. No. Learn how far from me is the nearest evil. And it is possible for multiple evils to be close to the Hunter. This is an interesting ability. I go back and forth on it a lot. Oftentimes, I don't find it to be that great, though. But I don't know. I'm going to put it top of B. I know I just kind of trash talked it a little, but it does kind of pinpoint an exact evil compared to Architect and Enlightened, who don't pinpoint an evil spot specifically, while the Hunter has 2 spots you can find an evil with. Overall, not my favorite ability, but it actually does help me more than I'm caring to admit right now. Investigator, pick 2 characters, learn the most suspicious type among them. The newest guy to the demo, he has a weird ability. An ability I kind of don't like. I think I'm going to put him down here. Yeah, I think he deserves to go next to Dreamer. It's probably worse than Dreamer. No, I think better. I think better than Druid as well. He's probably top of C tier, but he's not that great, in my opinion. Yeah, and he will say either Demon, Minion, Outcast, or Villager. Just depending on which 2 players you pick. So if you pick a Demon and Villager, he'll say Demon. If you pick Demon Outcast, he'll say Demon. If you pick Minion Outcast, he'll say Minion. Basically in this order. He'll go down this order and see, is there a Demon? No. Is there a Minion? No. Is there an Outcast? Yes. So I will say Outcast. Is there a Demon? No. Is there a Minion? Yes. Then I will say Minion, even if there is a Villager within them. And if he gets all the way to the end of Villager, he'll just say Villager. Right? So I guess I gotta put him in C tier. Jester. Pick 3 characters. Learn how many are evil. Right? Pick 3 characters. Learn how many of them are evil. Whoops, my bad. Yeah, he's like a Empress, I guess. So I gotta put him with Empress, but like a better Empress and a better Bishop. He's honestly, but when I learn 1 evil, he's so annoying. I'm going to put him, oh, damn it. It's hard to say. I'm going to put him above Fortune Teller. I think he's really strong. I'm just really bad with him. I think I think it's a skill issue, not a jester issue. That maybe I don't know. That could be controversial. A judge, pick one character, learn if they're lying. This guy should be better than he actually is. He pisses me off, to be honest. I feel like he's just always lying or droizen or corrupted or something. Um, he's so unreliable. He's like the bard, but more infuriating. So I'm gonna put him below the bard because at least the bard can detect a droizening. The judge is just like always fucking me over. I hate the judge. The knight can't die. I think the knight is really good. Like, this is the only character you can like stab at and instantly confirm if good or not. But if she's droizened, it's rough. Um, corrupted. I keep saying droizened like it's clock tower. It's not clock tower. Oh man, do I put her? No, I'm gonna put her in top of A. She's not as fun as Baker, but she's I think better ability overall. But I just can't put her in S tier. I just can't. Knitter. Learn. This is the chef, right? Learn how many evil pairs there are. Learn how many evils are adjacent to each other. She's good. I think chef is better in Clock Tower than Knitter is here. But I think she's top of B. Yeah. Yeah, I like this spot. You can see there's kind of like a way I'm putting them together. Honestly, Dreamer and Druid might move down, but we'll get to that. The Lover, here's our empath. Learn how many evil characters I am adjacent to. She has to be good, and she, like, A tier at least. And I'm going to put her, I'm thinking about it. I think I'm putting Jester below Fortune Teller because there's value in just two players rather than one. But Fortune Teller has to be better than Lover because she can do the same thing. So, yeah. Yeah, I like this. Lover is just a fortune teller, but only sees her neighbors. Hold on. Does she have a Halloween skin? Let's see it. Look at that. Okay, medium. Learn a good player and its role. Let's see. So medium learns a good player, just like Gemcrafter, but also their role. So, like, slightly better than Gemcrafter, but it's kind of like if it's a good player, you're gonna see their role anyway. I don't. It's whatever. It's so whatever. A Gemcrafter is only gonna see a good player, and a good player isn't gonna lie about their role. So why would that matter? We're out of here with the medium garbage. I almost want to put her in D tier just out of spite. Oracle. Learn that 1 out of 2 characters is a specific minion role. So our investigator. That is really, really exact. So I have to put her. So while Knitter doesn't find an evil like these two, she does do better in terms of world building, like the above, which is why I'm keeping her top of B. But I think I'm going to keep Oracle here. Actually, how can I'm thinking about it. Hunter and Oracle both pinpoint an exact evil, just like Empress, Bishop, Jester. So how can I justify putting them below? You know? No, I'm okay with this, though. because they also confirm goods. Well, I guess the hunter does too. Nah, what is this? Hunter's better than Oracle. I might be underrating Hunter though. There is some debate there. Poet, learn random info. Um, Usually this would be an S tier type of character, but Poet Loki blowing it. Am I right? She sucks. She's like top of C tier, I guess. I don't know. I mean, bottom of B tier makes the most sense, actually. Because it's like, it could be bad, it could be good, but she's kind of irrelevant to me, personally. We'll keep her bottom of B tier. She just can get any, she could do what any character can do, essentially. Learn how far a specific evil is to another closest evil. That is our scout. He's okay. I don't know how. He's probably better than Poet, Bar, Judge. I would say Enlightened is better, though. I think this is a good spot for the scout. I do. Hey. Slayer. Pick one character. If evil, execute it. Slayer, that's got to be S tier. I would say he's better than Confessor, but probably not as good as Alchemist. It's just the ability to kill an evil is just so good. Hate to say it. And then Witness, learn a character that was affected by an evil player. Ability. Because it's such a weird ability, I almost want to put him in cabbage tier, but I don't know. It can detect poisoning, though. So it's like, he's definitely C tier, I think. Gemcrafter kind of sucks. The more I think about it, the more I think Gemcrafter is worse than Dreamer and Druid. Actually, these two can't go in cabbage tier. Witness, I think, will ultimately go below Investigator, but above Dreamer and Druid. Yeah, this is how I'm ranking the villagers. That's how I feel about them. But now we're going into Outcasts. How do I feel about the Outcast? Bombardier. I don't actually know if I pronounced this guy's name correctly. I always say Bombardier. You lose if you execute him. I don't know. In terms of detrimental to town, I mean, yeah, you instantly lose if you kill him. But I don't know if I really feel like that's a big issue very often. Which is why I kind of, like, I find this doesn't really make me sweat that much. So, as an outcast, he's not that bad because he's not actively sabotaging anything. I don't know how to rank him. Is it because he's a bad outcast that he's better? No, he's shit all around anyway. Maybe top of, or I guess right here. It's kind of hard to rank him within the villagers, so I'm just going to leave him in C tier. He's probably a better outcast than Investigator is a villager. If that makes any sense. Doppelganger's like an S tier outcast. This is the outcast I want to see. Wretch is low-key also an S tier outcast. But hold on. Doppelganger. Let me, before I get ahead of myself. Game start, I disguise as a good villager currently in play. And more importantly, Doppelganger does not lie. Doppelganger tells the truth and disguises as an in-play good character. So now you're confirming a good player and getting more information. That's S tier in my opinion. And like right there as well. Oops. I kind of jumped the gun with Wretch, but whatever. I register as a random evil minion to other characters. So why is that S tier? Because I often find it's a great way to like check for line. Wretch is so good for checking for line. So I'm actually gonna put Wretch right there in A tier instead of S tier. For example, you can check it with a fortune teller, like a Wretch and someone else. And if fortune teller says no, then you know the fortune teller is either corrupted or lying, because the Wretch has to register as evil. Because it's either a real Wretch or a lying evil player, you know? So that's why I'm so high on Wretch as a character, as an outcast. Drunk. I disguise as a random non-in-play villager, and I am corrupted and lie, and I cannot be cured by your bitch-ass alchemist. That's what the drunk ability says. Piece of shit is bottom tier cabbage. I hate this guy. I lose so... This guy is by far worse than, like, all the evil players, is all I'm saying. Stupid hoe. I just lose so many games because of the drunk. Just fucking up my information. Lycanthrope. At night, if I am unrevealed, I become an evil werewolf and I will lie. I disguise as a not in play villager. He's got I guess lycanthrope, werewolf. Oh, werewolf's over here. But yeah, lycanthrope. So if it becomes night before you reveal him, which is the version we're going to be looking at, he tells the truth. And he disguises as a not in play villager. So he's kind of like the doppelganger, but he's also kind of like the drunk. So I would say he's somewhere in the middle because of that. It's kind of hard to put him in a good spot right now, judging from where I put doppelganger and drunk. It just depends on when you reveal him, but it's almost luck based on when you can reveal him. So maybe right there. He's like an okay. No, he's honestly a piece of shit too. I'm not going to put him in cabbage, but I'm putting him bottom of C because he has that partially drunk ability. And then he turns evil. Like, it's so fucking annoying. But he's not as bad as the drunk, because A, that might not happen. He turns into a doppelganger otherwise. And B, when it does happen, he turns evil instead of staying good, which is part of what makes drunk so difficult, because he stays as a good character. So that's my take on Lycanthrope. Plague Doctor. One good villager is corrupted. Pick one character. If it's corrupted, learn an evil character. So yeah, essentially a better version of the judge, but he does make someone corrupted. It's very nice for game world building, but he's still corrupting someone, so I'll put him bottom of A because he's essentially Puzzle Master. I think bottom of A is fair. Rambler. All right. If drunk didn't piss me off, Rambler sure does. He's going cabbage, top of cabbage. No, he's going down here with the drunk. Fuck him. He's not only does he take up the space of a villager, but then he makes real information around him get totally messed up. like basically drunk. He's so annoying. He does detect line or corruption, but um so give him like I'm losing truthful information. He's making it very arbitrary. It's so annoying. It's so annoying. We're going on to Minions Chancellor. I don't know why he's called Counselor on here. Is that like what he used to be called? I don't know. Chancellor is called Baron in the game files. Oh, I didn't know that. That's some fun trivia, which I guess makes sense. Was he ever called Counselor? Baron renamed to Counselor. Renamed Counselor to Chancellor. Okay, so he was renamed. Interesting. Well, let's go ahead and find a spot for our Chancellor here. He adds an outcast, so he's pretty detrimental to town. And yes, these guys I'm ranking purely based off how much they beat downtown. But you can find them next to the said outcasts. And if it's like a doppelganger or a wretch, it's not the end of the world. Same with Plague Doctor. Hell, it's not even that bad if it's the bomber. But it does make it confusing. So I'm going to go ahead and put him below Plague Doctor. I think makes sense. I think that makes sense. Minion is S tier. This piece of work has ended multiple runs. This is the run ender right here. Top of S tier. I'm kidding. Also, let's put your twin over there while we're at it. You know what, though? Drunk deserves to be down there with Rambler, so we can put y'all there. Poisoner, this guy is so annoying, but he's so annoying. He's got to be A tier. But I don't feel like he's as good for evil team as these four are good for the good team. And then Alchemist just counters Poisoner, so I can't justify it. I can't justify putting it any higher. Okay, Puppet. Well, Puppet is like worse than the Minions because they give truthful information and give away the spot of the Puppeteer if you accidentally kill them, which is why I'm pretty low on Puppeteer as well. I would say Puppeteer might be worse than the Minions, but at least he lies. So he's better than the Puppet. I just don't know how Puppeteer could possibly be any good, to be honest with you. I'm always cheering when I see a Puppeteer. Shh. Oh, I'm not even reading their abilities anymore. What am I doing? Let's see. Poisoner. Game start. One adjacent villager is corrupted, and then I lie in disguise. Puppet. I disguise as a villager. I don't lie. Puppeteer. Game start. Random adjacent villager becomes a puppet. I lie in disguise. There we go. Shaman. Game start. There are two same villager roles in current village. I lie in disguise. So essentially, she forces a doppelganger situation where she can make two Slayers in the same game, which is not that bad at all. I often find she is not bad for evil whatsoever, in fact. Like, when I know she's in the game, I'm thinking, okay, then I know there's two of a role. Sometimes it could be a little difficult to tell what's what, but I just don't think she's that good as an evil character, which is really annoying. But I'm not going to say she's that bad. I don't often find her being detrimental, so I think Under Enlightened works. I think Enlightened is better for good than Witch is for evil. Werewolf, I'm just going to put next to Lycanthrope. Oh, I didn't even read the Witch. Witch, you cannot reveal the last card. I lie in disguise. Usually you don't need to see the last card, is what I'm trying to say. Werewolf at night, I deal 1 damage to you. I lie in disguise as a not-in-play villager. Yeah, he's so whatever. He's like the twins, right? but starts in as an outcast, so I'll just put him there. And now our 3 demons. The Ba. Ba. He has a sick feared art. Hide 1 outcast in the deck. I lie in disguise. It's not that great of an ability, truth be told. I would put him bottom of B tier. I think, yeah, I think that makes sense because most of the time it doesn't matter. And it only ever matters if it's like a drunk or doppelganger and making it hard to like figure out that they're in play, you know? And then once you kill the Ba, it makes the effect go away and then you can see it. So it's like, what? Like, what are we doing? Garbage. I almost want to put it top of C tier, actually. Yeah, I think top of C tier is better. Yeah. Yeah. Lilith. At night, kill a random unrevealed character. Deal 2 damage. I lie in disguise. Lilith is pretty, like, annoying, actually. I wouldn't put her above B tier, though. I would say... I think I rated Counselor too high as well. I think way too high, actually. I think Witch is better than Counselor. I'll put Counselor there. But I think Lewis is actually higher. Is A tier really correct? I don't think so. I don't... Maybe it is. It's better... It has to be better than Witch. Because it's dealing damage. And it can sometimes do more than that. I think between Oracle and Hunter is fine for Lilith. I like that. I like that. Because she can sometimes get 2 kills in, depending on how big the circle is. And then Puka. Game start, villages adjacent to me are corrupted. And then I lie in disguise. So a Nodashi, essentially. I can't justify putting her below Poisoner. But again, because she does both instead of just one, like the Poisoner. But again, Puka is not... It gets easy to detect her. Which is why I just don't think I could put her above these guys. And that's everyone. I think I'm happy with where I put every role, to be honest. Everything filled up pretty nicely. Got this little like effect going here where like starts small and then gets bigger and then gets smaller again, which makes sense. Yeah, so let me know if you agree or disagree with this tier list. Again, this is just the demo. Things might change. You know, maybe the puppeteer becomes broken when they release some other like, I don't know, other minions or demons or something. But I am happy with where I put everyone. Let me know what you think. Let me know if you agree Alchemist is the best villager and whatnot. And if you didn't, you should watch my last Demon Bluff video where I encounter some of these fellas. And you might know why I feel the way I do about some of these characters. Just saying. Just saying.